monster. Jam, jam, jam. When I say monster, you say jam, monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam, monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the monster.
Allentown, this is
Allentown, it is time for the first competition of today's event. It's the JCB Racing Competition. All 8 of our drivers have been seated into a bracket by a random draw. It's here in round 1 that they will compete, and the fastest 4 will advance on to the semifinals. So Allentown, who's ready for JCB Racing?
in the right lane, driving that crazy bull, MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. And his opponent in the left lane, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Our racers are approaching the line, getting staged. Watch those lights, Monster Jam fans. Let's go! And your winner by disqualification is Megalodon. Monster Jam fans, El Toro Loco, driven by MJ Celorio, when coming around that final turn, ran over that turn pole there inside that circle. That is an automatic disqualification. And therefore, John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon will be moving on to the semifinal rounds. Our Monster Jam Tech officials are replacing that cone so we can advance on to the second matchup of round 1 of the JCB Racing Competition brackets. Let's meet our drivers. In the right lane, it's Triton Roberts in Crazy Train. His opponent is his brother, Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Our racers are advancing to the line, getting staged. Let's go racing! And your winner, Triton Roberts in Crazy Train. In their first meeting head-to-head this season in the right lane, give it up for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Her opponents, Arena Racer of the Year, Cody Saucier, Dragon. Our trucks are at the line. Let's go racing. Oh, we'll have to restage. Restaging our trucks here in this first round of JCB Racing. And your winner, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Dragon moving on to the semifinal round of JCB Racing as our final matchup here in round number one gets set up. First up, driving terminal velocity, he's John Zimmer Jr. And John's opponent, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. And your winner, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. John Zimmer there acquiring a penalty for again hitting that turn pod and popping it again. You may not hit that turn pod. You will earn an automatic disqualification. Now let's take a look at JCB Racing semifinals. Megalodon taking on Crazy Train and Dragon on to face Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger.
It is time for the JCB Racing semifinals. The four fastest drivers have been determined, and it's here that they'll battle it out to make it into the finals. Remember, at the end of racing are the first 8 points. So, Allentown, who's ready for more JCB Racing?
Your winner, Crazy Train. Crazy Train, driven by Triton Robbins. He is no stranger to winning JCB Racing as he won the last 2 racing competitions. He will be moving on to the finals. Up next in our semi-final round will be Cody Saucier in Dragon, sporting that 76% winning percentage in JCB Racing against Kristen Anderson, driver of Gravedigger. Stage at the line, let's go! Your winner, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Now that we've advanced past the semifinal round, lining up head-to-head is Crazy Train Triton Robbins and Cody Saucier in Dragon. The winner of this race will earn the first 8 points of the event and take over the #1 spot on the BKT overall event standings. Allentown, are you ready? Our Monster Jam Tech officials out on the track right now. It looks like there will be a turn cone replacement here. Turn cone has been a target amongst our Monster Jam drivers.
It is time for the JCB Racing Finals. Allentown, it all comes down to this. These 2 drivers will battle it out right here for those first 8 points and, of course, that top spot on the leaderboard. Allentown, who's ready for the JCB Racing Finals?
Up first, the winner of the last 2 JCB Racing competitions. Give it up for Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Facing off with a record of 20-6 this season at JCB Racing, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Jam fans, that race too close to call. We're going to have to go to our super glue glued to the action replay. Keep your eyes on the video board here at the finish line. Your winner is Cody Saucier in Dragon. Cody Saucier now improving that record to 21-6 in JCB racing so far this season, increasing that 76% win percentage on the season. Cody Saucier, a born racer, flames on the truck, flames behind it. Let's go down to Keaton. She's got Cody.
Cody, you came into this season of 2026 with a reputation to defend. Your fans who knew your career, they knew you as a racer. For you to come in to dominate the competition and confirm that you are exactly the racer they think you are, how does that feel?
Holy moly, I know this is big NASCAR country up here in the Poconos. Our JCB Dirt crew has given us Play-Doh of dirt to race around with here, man. BKT tires are hooking up so good, but man, my boy Triton, second generation in this business, man, him and his brother, impeccable equipment, impeccable drivers, man. That was fun, Triton. Let's do it again. I'm having fun, I'm out of breath. Are you guys having fun?
Hey, you know what, Cody? You're going to have to catch your breath because you've just put a target on your back, and coming up soon is the two-wheel skills competition. Now, knowing you got to lay something really great down to keep up this momentum, what have you got up your sleeves here for Allentown?
Man, I don't know. I'm as big of a spectator as much as you guys are. Whatever everybody else is doing out here, I am not going to do that. I'm going to do something different, pull a rabbit out of this old helmet out here. But you know what? I got a real special moment to say. We lost a great man in the monster truck industry today, Eric Schweikart. That big old win was for you, my man. We love you. Allentown, the fun has just begun, baby. Let's go!
Blowing smoke and putting it up on those front two BKT tires. A popper and a stoppie. MJ Solorio. He is circling the wagons for attempt number 2. The nose wheelie forward. I think I see a steering wheel out the window. And a...
Give it up for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. You guys, scoring is open for the very first time ever, Allentown. So scan that QR code. Head to judgeszone.com. You've got 20 seconds to lock in your scores.
That's right, Allentown. You said code ALL. A myriad of combinations there for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. First, he starts off with the popper into the stoppie. Then he nose wheelies and backs it onto the pod. Let's check out your scores. The score for MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco is an 8.293. That sets the bar for the two-wheel skills competition. Next up in the two-wheel skills challenge, give it up for Montana Robbins. Sky high again, it's plain crazy. Monster Jam fans, we're going to give a chance to Montana Robbins to get refired here. He may take to the skies, but we need all four of those BKT tires on the track to get started here tonight, and he has refired. His first attempt. Putting it down on those front two BKT tires. He's going to try to walk up. Into a double combination there. Montana Robbins crab walking his way towards his second attempt. Let's see what he's got. Pops it up. And sets it down on top of the pod. Score it now at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com.
Allentown, you see those ribbon boards have turned red and that QR code's on the board. That's your cue to know that 20-second clock has started. Make sure you're at judgeszone.com. You type in ALL and lock in that score now for Montana Robbins.
Let's see the score for Montana Robbins. In Plain Crazy, the score is a 7.137. That is good for second place.
Monster Jam fans, we want to keep the fun rolling, the chaos continuing, but we can't do it without your help. If you look around, you see those plastic safety holds. Those are off limits. That means off limits for belongings, hands, feet. We need everyone to keep those safety holds completely clear so that we can have the fun, action-packed event that we've got. So give us some help, do us a favor, and keep those safety holds nice and clear.
Next up, Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. Logan popping it up on those front two BKT tires. Tries to save it there. Perhaps salvage it into a combination. She'll get another attempt here in the two-wheel skills challenge. Let's see what she's got. Old school sky wheelie, score it now.
Make some noise for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open. You see the ribbon boards turn red. That's your cue. That 20-second clock has already started. Lock in your scores now.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. Maybe that first attempt didn't go the way she had hoped, but Logan, that unicorn went skybound with that sky wheelie. The score for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is a 7.246. She now takes second place in the two-wheel skills challenge. Up next, it's John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Attempt number one for John Zimmer Jr. Monster Jam fans, they call him the Combo King, and for good reason there. Walks across the pod, pops it back onto those back two BKT tires, and then walks across the pod again. Let's see what he's got for attempt number two. Looks like he's hungry for more. Is he going back up that pod? Moonwalks it back. The Combo King with another combo in his second attempt. Slap wheelie. Wow.
Keep up that volume for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open. Those ribbon boards are red. That QR code is up. That means the 20-second clock has started. Lock in your scores now for that two-wheel run.
John Zimmer Jr., just an incredible show of skill and showmanship and getting the ovation he deserves. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.018. He is your new two-wheel skills challenge leader. Monster Jam fans, do want to quickly remind you about Monster Jam's partnership with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Again, throughout the night here at Monster Jam, whatever you can donate, whether it's 50 cents or $1, goes towards the mission at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Again, if we were to raise $1 from each of you, that would be $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 tonight for our friends over at St. Jude. And remember, the patients at St. Jude and the families don't pay a single dime. And again, their mission is so important and so successful thanks to donors like you. So keep your eyes on the video board and scan that QR code to donate towards one of our drivers tonight so we can crown the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. Our next competitor in the two-wheel skills challenge, Cody Saucier, Dragon. That was Cody's first attempt. He will get another attempt here. Looks like he just could not get enough traction on the top of the pod to execute what he was looking for. Whoa, our first bicycle of the night. Score it now.
Give it up for Cody Saucier in Dragon. There you have it, Allentown. 2 attempts. That ribbon board is red. You know what to do. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com. Slide that BKT tire and hit submit.
Yeah, that bicycle super impressive. Something we have not seen yet tonight here in Allentown. And frankly, I haven't seen one from Cody Saucier in quite some time. He's going for the big time here in Allentown tonight at PPL Center. The score for Cody Saucier and Dragon is a 9.843. That bicycle gets him into third place. Taking a look back here at our leaderboard. Still at the top, Terminal Velocity, driven by John Zimmer Jr., followed by El Toro Loco, driven by MJ Solorio and Cody Saucier, with that bicycle up to the third spot. Next up, all aboard for Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Triton stops on top of the pod, rolls it back. Let's see what he's got. Comes down off of that pod into the stoppie on those front 2 BKT tires. Oh. and seesaws that up and down the pond. An incredible attempt here by Triton Robbins. Stands that thing on the back to BKT Tires. No hands necessary. Six-hit combo there from Triton Robbins, perhaps trying to get that new title. Of the Combo King. Let's see what he's got for his second attempt. Popper into the stoppie. Fans, he wants a choo-choo from you.
Make some noise for Triton Robbins in a crazy train. What a string of combinations. We want to know what you think that run deserved. Lock it in now, judgeszone.com. Allentown, you see those ribbon boards turned red. You know that's your cue. Less than 20 seconds to lock in those scores.
Keaton, while we're scoring here, I think I lost count on how many hits he did during those combinations. The scores are in. Let's see what Allentown thinks. The score for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train is a 9.079, good enough to take over the top spot. New leader, new score to beat. And with that win of the two-wheel skills challenge, Triton Robbins nudges terminal velocity driven by John Zimmer Jr. just out of the way by hundredths of a point in the score. Next up, Allentown, get loud. Sharpen those shovels. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson starting off with the popper. She's going to walk Gravedigger forward, hold it there. Hit a stoppie. Perfectly balanced on those tires, an attempt to walk it up. Let's see if Kristen can square it up for attempt number 2.
Make some noise for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Ribbon boards are red, Allentown. You know what to do. Lock in those scores now at judgeszone.com.
Another attempt at a bicycle from Kristen Anderson there on her second attempt. Then goes for the sidewall save. Looking at the video board, the super glue glued to the action replay there. Saves it, puts it back upright. The score for Kristen Anderson at Gravedigger is an 8.928, moving into third in the two-wheel skills challenge. Up next, that Apex Predator Megalodon driven by John Zimmer Jr. Fins down. Throwing that popper on top of the pod. Holding it there. Drops the rear end back down. John Zimmer coming around for attempt number 2. Let's see if he can hold that maneuver as well as he did the first attempt. Sizing up the ramp.
Put your hands together for John Zimmer in Megalodon. Here it is, Allentown, your final chance to score in this competition. Judgeszone.com. Slide that BKT tire and hit submit. Less than 10 seconds left.
Saw some interesting work there from John Zimmer Jr., especially on the top of the pod there. He puts it nose down, fins down, tail fin high, sticks the landing, rolls it back. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is a 7.915, good enough for 5th place. And the winner of the two-wheel skills challenge, his 6th of the season, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Triton Robbins just catching fire on this series, especially over the last couple of weeks in Cleveland, picking up a couple of BKT wins, a couple of JCB Racing wins. We're giving him a minute to celebrate here, catch his breath a little bit. Let's go down to Keaton.
Triton, I think all of the fans, they had time to go get popcorn. They had time to get a drink. They had time to just put their feet up. I mean, you were running some crazy combinations out here, and that absolutely deserved the win. You've claimed the next 8 points, and it is the 6th two-wheel win of your career. How do you feel?
I feel great, but I tell you what, I didn't have time to go get popcorn. I was driving the heck out of that truck, doing all those crazy combinations. I feel great. I tell you what, though, I made the big mistake of calling out Cody in a mock interview, no less. I cannot get past him in a final round of racing. So I tell you what, I'm ready to win racing. I'm ready to win freestyle. I'm ready to win it all. So let's turn it up.
I think you definitely have some new train conductors in the stands here in Allentown. We've seen a tug of war between you and Cody of Dragon. I mean, he takes racing, you take two-wheel. Could we potentially see you ride the wave of momentum and take freestyle too?
That's for sure. You never know what happens when you climb aboard this crazy train. You're in one for a heck of a ride. So you know what? The momentum's just getting going. We're stoking the coal, getting that train 110% for freestyle, and you're never going to know what's going to happen.
There you have it, your two-wheel skills winner, Triton Robbins in a crazy train. All right, you guys got me feeling confident. I think we're going to be super loud, which means we're going to see some crazy tricks. They're getting warmed up, feeling out the track. And when you see that first rider head to the top of that ramp, that's when I want to hear you get loud, Allentown. Let's go! Brendan Reardon first up the ramp. Kenny Haskell take it to the sky. Seth Beaton turning up the heat. And Josh Hedford with a captain's pose. Okay, Allentown. Now for this next one, can we get louder? Allentown said, yes, we can. A fantastic whip by Seth Beaton. Josh Hedford showing off. A cliffhanger, Allentown. We heard you on that. Let's get loud. All right, I think they're turning up the heat. Let's turn up the volume. All right, Allentown. Now, believe it or not, that was just the warm-up. Are you guys ready to see some more? All right, Allentown is ready. You guys are ready, I know. And it is time for the best trick competition. Now, we are going to see all four Daredevils fly to the sky and attempt their very best trick. Now, we wouldn't let you score our Monster Jam trucks and not let you have a say in which one of these four will be the one to walk away with the title of Best Trick Winner. You'll use judgezone.com just like you do for our Monster Jam Superstars. Submit those scores and lock in one of these riders' destinies. Allentown, I just have one question. Who's ready for the Best Trick competition?
First up in the Best Trick competition is Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon has over 24 years of riding experience. He is the 2017 ISDE gold medalist. And if you couldn't tell, he's riding that Honda CRF 450.
Score now for Brendan Reardon, coming in with a rock solid. Completely lets go of that bike at the peak of height is absolute insanity. But you know what? You guys have a tough job locking those scores because this score will set the bar for the rest of the riders and, of course, decide the fate of Brendan Reardon here in the best trick competition. Just a few seconds left to lock it in.
The score for Brendan Reardon, a 7.564. That is good for first place and sets that bar for the best trick competition. Next up, please welcome Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell been riding since he was 5 years old. He's been with Monster Jam for over 10 years now. He's been overseas, Japan, Singapore, Argentina, Brazil, and now he brings his talents right here to Allentown. He's aboard that Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke. Let's let her rip.
Scoring is open for Kenny Haskell. Coming in with a textbook perfect flip in the best trick competition. Looking to take out his good friend and competitor, Brendan Reardon. But it's up to you now to score for Kenny Haskell and make sure you lock it in.
The scores are in. The score for Kenny Haskell is an 8.327. That's good enough to take over the top spots. Up next, from Templeton, Massachusetts, give it up for Seth Beaton. Donned in the all-white from head to toe. He's been doing FMX for the last 11 years. His first show, his very first Monster Jam event, was his very first event, period. Let's hear it.
Seth Beaton coming in with an indie flip in the best trick competition. Scoring's open, the ribbon boards are red, Allentown. You know that means that clock has started. Lock in those scores now for Seth Beaton.
Yeah, when you start bringing tricks like that, flipping that bike, this is when the scores start to go up. The score for Seth Beaton is a 9.465. New leader, new score to beat. And our final competitor here in the FMX Best Trick Competition, Allentown, gonna need you to make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford, another veteran rider, 20 years in the game with Monster Jam for over 10.
Josh Hedford coming in with a KOD flip for you, Allentown. What'd you think? Well, lock in those scores. Sounds like you liked what you saw, but we won't know unless you lock in that score at judgeszone.com.
You know, anytime you do a backflip, that's good for some points, but anytime you do a backflip and then let go, the score for Josh Hedford is a 9.496. Your winner of the FMX Best Trick Competition, Josh Hedford.
All right, Allentown, a winner crowned, but I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think we should Do you guys want to stay a little longer? What do you think? You want to stay? Do a little more? Allentown, you want them to stay a little longer? You cannot refuse that. You absolutely have to stay. Allentown, you've done it. Right here, right now, we've got the Freestyle Motocross Grand Finale. We are going to watch all of these superstars fly from one side of the arena to the other in a continuous train while performing tricks. Now, you guys got super loud during those warm-up runs, so I want to see if we can get even louder. So, when we see those riders line up, when they reach the top of that ramp, that's when I want to hear you guys go crazy. So let's get ready to get loud. All right, Allentown and a whip train for the first one. That means we're doing something right, but I think we can get them to turn up the heat. I want all of Allentown to know Monster Jam's in town, and it's time for Freestyle Motocross. Okay, so if you didn't join us on that first train, I need you in this second train. Get ready, Allentown. 3, 2, 1. Check it out, your volume pays off again. But we just need one more train. Say it with me, Allentown. One more train. One more train. That's right. All right, this is it, you guys. So let's make it the loudest, the proudest finale run. Let me hear you.
Give it up for the riders of USFMX, Brendan Reardon, Kenny Haskell, Seth Beaton, and Josh Hedford, putting on a show for you tonight here in Allentown.
We can't leave the track without hearing from the winner himself of the best trick competition. Allentown, give it up one more time for Josh Hedford. Josh, we have some serious talent on our freestyle motocross team, which you know, but that didn't stop you from absolutely dominating the competition. I know those are your good friends, but it's got to feel pretty good to take the win.
Yeah, that one specifically with Seth being here, he throws down huge, and I didn't know what he was going to do, so I kind of had to wait and then go one-up him and try to go for the good old KOD flip. So, yeah, that's a fun one. You guys having fun?
And now, I know you've been doing this for a long time. You've had the opportunity to travel the country with Monster Jam and be a part of this Monster Jam family now for over 10 years. What is it like for you to not only be doing what you love, but also represent for Monster Jam?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We've been all over the world to go with these guys, and some of the wildest places, and you get to meet all these amazing kids, all these amazing families, and it's great. Like, I love getting to meet all these kids, especially like tomorrow morning. We're gonna have 1,000 people in here, getting to meet them, take pictures, sign autographs, all the fun stuff. You get to ask us all kinds of fun questions, and we give you the fun answers.
I'm sure a question you get a lot. Some of the fans right here, right now, even in PPL Center watching you, maybe will be inspired. They're going to want to do that. They want to jump on a freestyle motocross bike one day. So what advice would you have for those fans watching right now?
Well, definitely wear your helmets. Those are really, really important. The ground's hard as a rock, your head's not. And, wear as much protective gear as you can. Start small. I worked on BMX bikes as a kid and then transitioned through the years into dirt bikes and just, learned all the tricks from playing video games. So that's how I got here.
Well, it certainly paid off, all your hard work. He's your best trick winner. Give it up for him one more time, Josh Hedford. We have reached the pinnacle of the event, Monster Jam Freestyle. Make some noise for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open for the first time in freestyle. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com.
You know, Keaton, I don't believe I've ever seen a unicorn fly that high. Sparkle Smash, the confetti cannon. She is out of her Monster Jam truck. She is pumped, and she wants your scores. The score for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is a 7.061. Great start to Monster Jam Freestyle. Up next in Monster Jam Freestyle in his second season out of Buffalo, New York. Give it up for Montana Robbins, Plain Crazy.
Clear the tarmac. Make some noise for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Ribbon boards are red, Allentown. You know that means scoring is open. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com.
You know, Keaton, it's a good thing that he has a wing on the top of Plain Crazy because he went airborne right there with some sky wheelie action for sure. Fans, he wants you to show him those plane wings. Put those arms out and give Montana Robbins the love he deserves. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is a 7.878. He takes over the top spot in Monster Jam Freestyle. Monster Jam fans, he is the 2025 holder of Arena Freestyle of the Year. Give it up for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Uh-oh. What's he going to do, Monster Jam fans? The Morgan and Morgan backflip.
That's John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Allentown, your first Morgan & Morgan backflip of the event. Absolute insanity. Score now. You know exactly what to do. That clock has started, so lock in your scores.
Allentown, if you have not seen a John Zimmer Jr. freestyle, you are in for a treat tonight. You got a classic John Zimmer Jr. freestyle. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.479. New leader, new score to beat. Absolutely demolishes this Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp. Perfect rotation. Lands those 4 BKT tires in succession. Textbook from Terminal Velocity, and Allentown, you sure rewarded him for that one. He is our new leader so far in freestyle. While we await our next competitor in Monster Jam Freestyle, I want to take a look at the video board to crown our St. Jude ambassador of the event, and that's all thanks to you. And our St. Jude ambassador of the event up there is Kristen Anderson. She raised the most tonight for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, all thanks to your generous donations. Thanks again, Monster Jam fans, and congratulations, Kristen. Up next, celebrating 25 years of that crazy bull, MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. Morgan and Morgan.
Keep up that volume for MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. Allentown, we've seen 2 Morgan and Morgan backflips. They are turning up the heat, and it's all for your score as those ribbon boards have turned red, so you know what to do. Lock it in before time runs out.
Show some love for MJ Celorio. Sean Zimmer Jr. says, I could do a Morgan and Morgan backflip. MJ Celorio says, I got one for the people. The score for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco is a 9.168. That's good enough for second place in Monster Jam Freestyle. Taking a look back at the video board and our leaderboard up there. A reminder, John Zimmer Jr. currently leads the pack with his 9.479 here in Monster Jam Freestyle. 4 competitors left to go. Next up in Monster Jam Freestyle, give it up for John Zimmer, Megalodon. It's got all 4 of those BKT tires turned.
Looking to take a bite out of the competition, John Zimmer in Megalodon. You know what to do, Allentown. You see those ribbon boards are red. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com.
Let's take a look back at the super glue glued to the action replay. Big air is what we've come to expect from John Zimmer. He's been in the game 21 years. That is lots of experience and lots of time in the seat and behind the wheel. And here in Monster Jam piloting that Megalodon, the score for John Zimmer is 8.030. That's good for third place. The bells toll for thee, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger.
Scoring is open for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com.
You know, that is a classic grave digger freestyle if I've ever seen one. You know, if our UNOH technicians aren't thrashing in the back after a grave digger freestyle, then, you know, they aren't doing their jobs, and Kristen Anderson's not doing hers. Some nice technique here. She just hits that pod, the corner of the pod, causing grave digger to roll. And that has landed us in the current situation. Get those scores in. Scores are in. The score for Kristen Anderson, a Gravedigger, is an 8.450. She now takes over third place.
Well, I have just been having a blast in the stands here, and I want you guys to check out my friend Ben. Check out Ben's jacket, his super cool hat. Can I get some noise for Ben? And Ben, don't worry, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but have you ever been to Monster Jam before, or is this your first time? Have you been before?
Yeah.
He says, yeah. Has anyone else been to Monster Jam before? Look at that, Ben. You got so many friends. So, plenty of friends, family to help you out, too. We're going to see which truck is buried in the dirt, okay? You guys, let's do it as a group. Allentown, if you think you can help Ben out, feel free to do it. But I think he's got it, too. So let's go ahead and see which truck is going to be buried in the dirt. If you think you know Allentown, feel free to shout it out. Okay, Ben, what do you think?
Gravedigger.
He says Gravedigger. Allentown, make some noise for Ben. It absolutely is. And Ben, I'm gonna need your help. I hope you have some muscles. Do you know what this is? Can you help me hold it? This is your very own signed flag by Kristen Anderson herself. You're going home with it. Make some noise for my friend Ben. All right, you're so welcome.
Monster Jam fans, I'm going to need a big choo-choo. Give it up for Triton Robbins, Crazy Train.
open for Triton Robbins in a Crazy Train. For the final time, Allentown, head to judgeszone.com for Triton. Lock in that score for that freestyle run and hit submit.
You know, Allentown, he has been creeping up the overall leaderboard this season with runs like you just saw there. Big air from the train. Chugga, 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 chugga up that ramp. Those scores are in. The score for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train is 8.232. That'll land him in 4th place. Our final competitor of the evening, give it up for Cody Saucier, Dragon.
Turning up the heat, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Score now at judgeszone.com for the final time. Allentown, lock in your scores.
You know, Cody Saucier loves that move, the bicycle into the sidewall save. He's done a couple of them so far tonight. He puts that into his freestyle repertoire along with the big air that we've known and loved from Cody throughout his career. Here's a replay on the video board of the bicycle into the sidewall save. The score for Cody Saucier is an 8.657. That is good for 3rd place. That means your freestyle winner is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. But is that enough? Your overall event champion is Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. As we mentioned earlier, Triton Robbins is just been climbing that series point championship leaderboard all season long. He is now up to third place, and these points are sure to help pad his way up the ladder with that trophy in hand. Let's go down to Keaton Stewart.
Triton, 12th overall of your career. We see so much success for you early on in the season. What has clicked to get you holding that trophy?
Well, you know what, Allentown, I spent many years just like you guys, fans in the stands, watching my dad perform in the same exact arena. And you know what, I figured it was time to turn it up a notch and show you guys what the second generation of Team Robbins was here to do, and that was win. I tell you what, I got so much support between my sponsors, Bull Snot, Raising Cane Monstrux, BAM Lifters, all my friends, family, and my crazy little cousins at home watching me and cheering me on. I got a crazy crew in the back, CJ and Richie, my brother Montana helped me keep this truck 110%. I couldn't do it without any one of you guys, especially you crazy fans up in the stands cheering me on.
A big congratulations to you, and this event really a testament to the hard work that you guys constantly do, proving that fighting that fight is absolutely worth it. Before the fans leave here in PPL Center, is there any word you want to send them home with?
I tell you what, this was event number 1. There's 4 more to go, so if you liked any what you've seen here tonight, make sure you come back for more, because we're only turning up the heat and we're getting started.
One more time, your overall event champion, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. But we can't leave the track without interviewing every one of our winners. A crazy freestyle, John, potentially the cleanest backflip we've seen all season. And you right now are one competition away from your 200th win. So that win absolutely chips away at that accolade. How do you feel?
I feel super good, you know, 199 wins. That's a pretty legendary number in motorsports. Big old shout out to Travis. I don't even know if I want to get any more wins. That's such a legendary number. But, man, it was such a sick event for me and my team and every one of us drivers out here just throwing down for you fans, pushing us harder when we're out here on this track. And you guys got what you got, man. It was one heck of an arena show, and it was absolutely insane. I got to say something about Triton right here. He has been absolutely throwing down in his truck behind the wheel, whether it's racing, two-wheel skills, or freestyle. You guys just saw one of his best events, and that's something to be proud of, guys. So thank you, Allentown. We got plenty more coming at you this weekend, but we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Your freestyle winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
You know, here on Arena Championship Series East, we have the perfect blend of wily veterans and young guns, and tonight belongs to the young guns. If that competition was anything of what we're going to see this weekend, you know what? We got another 4 events in store, and it's going to be a wild one here in Allentown. On your way out, make sure you stop by the merchandise stands, and on your way home tonight, make sure to follow us at Monster Jam on all your favorite social channels. For Keaton Stewart, pit reporter and in-stands host, my name is Alex Miniak, and that was Monster Jam.